What can you tell us about your former ex running around the Army?
Well, went straight out of high school. I did Fort Knox is where I did my basic training. I did my A&T in Baltimore, Maryland, and I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Did a tour of Afghanistan for about a year and 3 months. Came back, served my time, got out, decided to go to school.
Good for you.
If you talk, I mean, stories you've written about a lot of times, you've talked about a lot of times, how much do you still reflect back on it and kind of say, wow, that was a lot to go through for somebody my age and what it means to you?
I reflect on it every day, I mean, everyday life I can bring, the military into it and think about how I would have, acted towards a certain situation before I went to the military and how I would act towards it now.
Do you ever think back to the fact that you played them at West Point your first game and you got that fumble return for a touchdown? Is this something that you recall when you think about playing this game?
Yeah, like all the team members that once was on the team, like Terrence Knight and them, they always call me like, hey, you think you're so special, your first play you scored a touchdown or whatnot, but that's kind of in the past. Right now we worried about what's present and what's going to happen on Saturday, which is hopefully get another victory.
Is this a weird team for you guys to play because you just last week the pass rush is really kind of what got you guys going on defense. You had 7 sacks, and now I guess against these guys you can't really just move ahead and rush the quarterback. You have to play more assignment football. Is it a tougher transition than people realize?
Well, yeah, coach is coaching us extremely hard this week, military style. He's basically beating it in our head that it's an assignment job type of game. Everybody has a certain assignment, and you have to do that assignment, because if you don't do that assignment, they can score on each and every play if anybody doesn't do that particular assignment. So we're not really too worried about pass rush right now. We're just really worried about stopping the run, because they do lead the nation in rushing yards.
Do you guys draw any experience from going up against a guy like Chris in practice who can run? I mean, I know you guys aren't running triple option all the time, but a guy who can run and throw like he can. Do you guys draw anything from that experience and going up against someone like him in practice?
Well, yeah, it just teaches us, sometimes you got to stay in your rush lanes, because if, say you got too many people outside their rush lanes, you can easily take off through any gap. It's kind of hard to catch a man who can throw and run. Coyer is that guy. So.
Do you have a special feeling for some of those guys, what they might be going through, because they're going to serve after this? I mean, do you feel like you have like a little bit of bond with some of those guys because they're going to be in the military?
As far as the military standpoint, yeah, because once we're all military men, and I'm proud of them and what they're about to go through. And I don't know if they know the war is over now, but if the war is still going to be going on, I don't know if you can really prepare for going to war. The only way you know how it's going to be is if you're actually over there.
Chris, can you just talk about what your comfort level is right now? I mean, you made your first start. This will be your 3rd game playing in right now. What's your comfort level?
I'm pretty comfortable in the offense. I've been in the starting role now for solid 3 weeks, solid 2-3 weeks, and I've been getting good reps throughout the season in practice, some playing time in games, so I feel real comfortable with the offense.
What are some of the things that you think you need to work on? What would you say?
Really, as an offense, we just need to keep working to get more smooth, in the run and pass game, really spreading the ball around.
Okay, for you, that's what you're saying?
Yes,
okay, all right.
Chris, what do they do on defense? I haven't watched them, because they throw around some different formations too.
They're completely different than any team we've faced all year. They run a lot of bear fronts, and a lot of different variations of bear fronts, which make them very difficult to pin down as a defense. It's going to take a lot of extra time in the film room, a lot of extra time on the field and in the meeting rooms in order to prepare for them.
I know, you guys don't try not to look past opponents. But here's a team that's 0-6 on the road. They're 0-8 at the link. I mean, how hard is it to stay focused and this is going to be a tough battle?
Because that's just why. That's the reason why it's tough. They haven't won there yet. They're itching to get a win. Why nobody wants to lose, regardless of your record. If you are any type of athlete and play any type of sport, losing is not something that you would want to do regardless. you know, how good or bad you play. Every time you come out on the field, you're going to want to go as hard as possible, especially if you haven't ever won in a certain situation.
Chris, when you're playing, do you actually get into more of a rhythm after you've kind of run a couple of times and gotten hit? Does that kind of get your juices flowing a little bit more for the type of quarterback that you are? Do you kind of feel a little bit more alive after you get a couple hits when you get out there?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's a different feeling in practice than it is in the game. When you're actually taking live reps, when you're getting hit, it's a completely different feel. So once I get in the game and get a couple hits in, I feel much better.
How do you feel your chemistry's coming along with your wideouts now? Because a couple of those deep balls are just missed, not by much. Is that coming along? And is it just more time and repetition with the guys? That stuff starts to feel like second nature.
That's exactly what it is. It's just more time, more reps, as many reps as we can get in practice. Throwing before and after practice as well. Just trying to really get as much time in as we can with each other so we can get that chemistry.